Hey there, Ramon Osa with you here, osatennis360.com, and in this video we're going to look at Dominic Thiem Serve, and I'm going to give you 3 things that he does that you can do right now that takes little to no talent to get more power on your serve. But before we get started, if you're looking for more serve power because you want to win more matches, then I've made a PDF for you called The 5 Biggest Mistakes Competitive Amateur Tennis Players Make When Trying to Close Out Those 50-50 Matches. And you can download that for free, links in the description. Now, let's get into this. First thing Thiem does, and all top players do, is he's got great tempo on his ritual leading into his first move. The ritual is the thing that he does before the service starts, and then his first move is the first thing he does coming out of his motion. Now, in general, you want your serve to go from slow to fast, so that the fastest part of the motion is obviously when the racket's going into the ball, right? So you'll notice here that during Thiem's first move, where he initiates the tossing motion, he's very slow and he's very deliberate here. And not just because this is in slow motion. He starts with the weight on his front foot. As he rocks back, he initiates his toss by turning his hips away from the court and begins that coiling process, soon to be unleashed onto the ball. And this move is very slow, it's very smooth, and very deliberate. And this sets the stage for the eventual acceleration of your racket. If you're too fast in the beginning of your motion, your hitting arm is going to have to eventually slow down. So you're going to lose momentum and ultimately power on your serve. So we want everything to be in perfect rhythm. So make sure you do like my buddy Dominic here. Slow and steady wins the race during your first move and the first few sequences of the service motion. A great way to practice this is just to isolate the first move. Start with the weight on your front foot, rocking back, turn your hips away from the court, and start to bring your tossing up. And just practice that a few times. Now, the next thing you'll notice is he's got his toss dialed in, right? So it's literally impossible to hit a powerful serve consistently if your toss is all over the place. And on the contrary, if we had a ball on a string right now and you were over at my court and I just held it right where you wanted to make contact, you could wail on that thing and you could hit it really fast. So a great way to find where you want your toss to be is do a shadow serve at full speed. And if you have a racket with you, you can do this now. But just notice, where does your racket travel the fastest? Where do you hear the whoosh? And that becomes your target for the serve, for the service toss. And work on getting your toss to go there. If you need more help with your toss, I got a video that'll help you fix it in 5 minutes or less, and I'll link to that video in the description too. Now, the third and final thing that Thiem does that you can copy, takes no talent, is he loosely throws his racket head at the ball, obviously without letting the racket go. Now look, loads of videos talk about pronation, when to do it, how the racket leads with the edge and opens up, and how does the racket drop happen. All of that stuff is great and it's mostly accurate, but the thing that I learned from Don Henson is we don't need to be puppet masters. What we need to do is make sure we're in a good grip, so in the continental grip, and if you know how to throw a ball pretty well, the racket will do what it has to do on its own, as long as you're loose, as long as you're in rhythm, and you've got a clear intention of how you're trying to hit the ball. I promise you. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to link to a playlist that will give you everything you need to develop a great serve simply and quickly. In the meantime, if you found this video helpful, please click the like button and let me know in the comments what other topics you'd like me to cover. I'd be happy to do that for you. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss next week's video, and I'll see you soon.